The NBA offseason is heating up with big moves still to come, and one name that's been at the center of trade rumors is Jonathan Kuminga, the 22-year-old Golden State Warriors forward who has shown flashes of brilliance in his young career, might be on the move, and a new report sheds light on one potential trade scenario that could shake things up. Sources say that the Sacramento Kings are reportedly interested in making a deal for Kuminga, potentially involving Malik Monk in a sign-and-trade swap. But before you get too excited, let's break down what this really means and what could come next for these two players. We're now into day 3 of NBA free agency, and so far, things have been relatively quiet. No major trades have been made yet, aside from the New York Knicks hiring Mike Brown as an assistant coach. But the decisions looming on the horizon are massive. Chris Paul still has to decide between staying with the Phoenix Suns or reuniting with the Los Angeles Clippers. But even more intriguing is what's next for Jonathan Kuminga and his future in Golden State. Now, if you've been following Kuminga's story, you know he's been a polarizing figure for the Warriors. On one hand, he has a lot of potential. The 6'7" forward is a gifted athlete with a lot of upside, especially as a two-way player who can score and defend. On the other hand, his inconsistent minutes with Golden State have led many to wonder whether the Warriors might be willing to part ways with the young talent to address their needs elsewhere. Several teams have emerged as potential landing spots for Kuminga, including the Miami Heat and Chicago Bulls. Both of these teams are looking to add young talent to bolster their rosters for the upcoming season. But a surprising name has emerged in the race: Sacramento. NBA insider Jake Fisher recently reported that Sacramento might be looking to include Malik Monk in a deal for Kuminga. While the Kings have made it clear that they want to improve their roster, adding a player like Kuminga could be a game-changer for them. Monk, who has become an important piece of the Kings' rotation since joining them, is an intriguing option. The 25-year-old guard is coming off a career year, averaging a solid 17.2 points per game. His offensive game has blossomed, and he's shown he can thrive as a scorer in a high-paced system like Sacramento's. However, it's not all roses for Monk. While his scoring numbers were impressive, his efficiency took a hit following the injury to star guard De'Aaron Fox, which hurt the Kings' overall offensive flow. Still, Monk is locked into a 4-year, $77 million deal with Sacramento, and the Kings are reportedly willing to move him if the right opportunity presents itself. So, what does this trade actually look like? Well, sources are saying that Sacramento would be willing to include Malik Monk in a package to the Warriors for Jonathan Kuminga. But here's the catch: the Warriors haven't shown much interest in this deal. According to Fisher's report, the discussions are in their early stages, and there doesn't seem to be anything substantial brewing between the two sides. While Kuminga could be a great fit with the Kings, especially with their need for young athletic talent, the Warriors' front office hasn't budged yet. If the trade does happen, it could be a win-win for both sides. The Kings would get a promising young forward in Kuminga, who could develop into a key player alongside rising stars like De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis. The Warriors, on the other hand, would receive a seasoned scorer in Malik Monk, who could add depth to their guard rotation, particularly as they look for more offensive consistency from their bench. But right now, it seems like the Warriors are happy to stick with their current roster and not make any rash decisions with Kuminga. Golden State has invested heavily in the young forward, and although he's shown inconsistency, there's still belief within the organization that he can grow into a major contributor down the line. Whether or not the Warriors will eventually pull the trigger on a deal remains to be seen. The Kings, on the other hand, may need to pivot and look elsewhere to offload Malik Monk's contract. If Sacramento is serious about moving him, there's no shortage of teams that could be interested. But for now, the Kuminga for Monk trade scenario is one to keep an eye on as we continue through free agency. And just because the Warriors haven't shown interest doesn't mean this trade is dead in the water. NBA teams are known to surprise us, and with Sacramento looking to make big moves this offseason, we could see more teams enter the mix for Jonathan Kuminga. As always, stay tuned to the NBA offseason because things can change quickly, and we could be in for a big surprise.